Hi, 5th grade. It's Mrs. Gioka with your flipped math lesson for today, 8-2. Today's objective is I can evaluate a numerical expression with more than one operation. So a numerical expression would just be a number sentence, and it's going to have more than one operation, meaning it's going to have addition and subtraction, maybe some multiplication, and perhaps some division. So it's going to have one or more than one of those. It could have up to all four of the different types of operations. So the big question is, if you have more than one operation, well, how are you going to evaluate? How can you evaluate a numerical expression with more than one of these operations? Let's take a look at what happens to some people. So we've got Jen and Amy here, and they're both given the same problem. The problem is 36 plus 9 divided by 3 times 5. Let's take a look at Jen's way first. So first she has 36 plus 9, and she added that together. She got 45. And then she has the rest of her problem here. So then she took 45 and she divided it by 3 and got 15. And now she has 15 times 5, and that equals 75. Okay, so there's Jen's way. Then Amy did it a little differently. So she has the same problem though, 36 plus 9 divided by 3 times 5. And she left the 36 alone, but she took 9 divided by 3, and she did that first. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. And so now she has 3 times 5 and 36 plus 3 times 5. Then she took the 3 times 5, multiplied that together to get 15. And then now she has 36 plus 15, and she got the answer 51. And you can tell that Jen and Amy have completely different answers. So the question is, who is right and who's wrong? Well, to find out who's right, what you're going to need to know is the order of operations. That's how you're going to figure out which order to do which problem, because the fact of the matter is, it doesn't just go from left to right. Nope. There's a special order that you have to use. I'm going to tell you all about it, so make sure that you write it down because it's important to know the order of operations. It's going to help you get your answers right to problems today and for the rest of the unit. It's very important in algebra to know the order of operations. Here we go. Step 1, you're going to do any operations inside of parentheses first. So if you see a parenthesis, you're going to do the parentheses first. So if you come to a problem like this that has 2 parentheses, you do the first parenthesis, and then you do the second parenthesis. Okay, so whatever is in the parentheses first, you could do that first. So we have 12 divided by 4 plus 9 minus 2 times 3 plus 5. Whatever's in the parentheses, you do that first. So 9 minus 2 would be 7. 3 plus 5 would be 8. Then you can rewrite the problem and make sure that you include everything that was in that parenthesis. Okay? So, parentheses first. Step 2. After you've done everything in the parentheses, then you multiply and divide in order of from left to right. Okay? So first we do parentheses, then you can multiply or divide, but you have to go from left to right. Whichever one is first, left to right. Okay? So in this problem, we don't have any parentheses. We have a division problem here. We have addition right there, and we have a multiplication problem there. Since we don't have any parentheses, we go ahead to step 2, which is multiply and divide. It doesn't matter which one of those is first. It's not multiply first, then divide. It's just multiply, divide, whichever one happens to come first. So in this problem, we have 12 divided by 4. That's the first multiplication or division problem. So we do that one first. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then you write the rest of the problem. 3 plus 7 times 8. Then you would do the next multiplication or division problem. And then we have 7 times 8. So 3 plus 7 times 8. And that's going to be 56. 7 times 8 is 56. So then you have 3 plus 56 left over. Okay, and since that's the last operation, you're going to know that 3 plus 56 equals 59. Okay, and that's going to give you your answer. So step 1, parentheses. Step 2, multiply and divide. And then go in order from left to right. Step 3, finally, then you're going to add and subtract in order from left to right. Okay, So here you can see that was left from our problem, 3 plus 56. Adding and subtract in order from left to right. And so we got our answer 59, so if we go back and see Amy and Jen's, oops. Oh, I used a different problem. I thought I used the same problem. Never mind. So those are the steps for the orders of operation, okay? So let's practice. Don't forget, first you use parentheses, then you multiply or divide, just go left to right, and then you can add or subtract and also go left to right, okay? It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Let's try it. So we've got 6 plus 27 divided by 3. What operation do you do first? You divide. Okay, so that would be step number 2 because there are no parentheses here, so you just go ahead to the next step. So you would have 6 plus 27 divided by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. And then you have 6 plus 9 left. This is called simplifying the problem, simplifying the operation or the problem. We're simplifying it, we're breaking it down and finding what the answer is. And now 6 plus 9 is 15. So we've simplified it to its most simple form, 15. Number 2. What operation are you going to do first? In 5 times 2 plus 12 divided by 6. Okay, did you figure it out? Well, we have multiplication there, addition here, and division there. So we're going to do multiplication division first because we have no parentheses. And we go from left to right, meaning we start over here and then go across. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is 5 times 2 is 10. After that, we have plus 12 divided by 6 left over. Okay, so you do the next part of the problem would be 12 minus, or 12 divided by 6, because that's the next multiplication or division problem. So now 12 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6 is 2. So now we have 12 plus 2, or 10 plus 2, and that would equal 12. Okay, so we simplified it down to 12. Number 3. Which operation are you going to do first in this problem? 21 divided by 4 plus 3. Well, got to do everything that's in a parenthesis first. Parentheses have to come first. We would say they trump everything else. That just means that they're kind of like the boss. They're in charge of everything. So whenever you see a parenthesis, it doesn't matter if it's addition or subtraction, multiplication or division, you have to do whatever's in the parenthesis first. Okay, so we do that one first, and then we get 4 plus 3 is 7. Rewrite the problem, and you get 21 divided by 7. And then that is the end of it, so we go ahead and divide it, and then you get 3. Okay, now your turn. So you're going to figure out what goes first using the order of operations. Don't forget, first you do parentheses, then you do multiplication and division in order from left to right, and then you do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. Okay, here we go. Number 4. 14 minus 7 plus 3 plus 5. Go ahead and try it. Solve it. Okay, so if you are following the rules, you know that you have to do whatever is in parentheses first. So we have 2 parentheses. We're going to just do the first one first. 14 minus 7 is 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. That's our second parenthesis. We're going to do that. And then we'll do whatever's in the middle. 7 plus 8. And that equals 15. Okay, so 15 is our answer. Number 5. 3 plus 7 times 6 divided by 3 minus 4. Alright, so I'm going to be looking for parentheses first, but there are no parentheses in this problem, so first, or after that, we do multiply and divide, and we do it from left to right. So I see multiply and divide right there with 7 times 6. I also see divide, 6 divided by 3. Then the only way to know which to do first is to make sure that you go in order from left to right. Okay, so now I've got to do an order from left to right, so I'm going to do 7 times 6 first. 7 times 6 is 42. Okay, then I have 3 plus 42 divided by 3 minus 4. I'm still doing multiplication and division, so I do this next one. 42 divided by 3. So I'm going to get 3 plus 42 divided by 3 is 14. There we go. And minus 4. Okay, now I can do addition and subtraction from left to right now that I have nothing but addition and subtraction left. 3 plus 14 is 17. So that leaves 17 minus 4, and 17 minus 4 is 13. Okay, number 6. 29 minus 8. I'm sorry, 29 minus 18 plus 14 divided by 2 plus 6. Okay, the order of operations says I have to do anything that's in a parenthesis first. So I'm going to do that 29 minus 18 first. If you need to, just on your paper, just write it up and down. That's okay. No problem with that. So I see 29 minus 18 is 11. So now I have 11 for that answer. I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem so I can easily see what comes next. Okay. Now the next step is multiplication and subtraction, multiplication and division. So I'm going to look for any of those type of problems. I see one right there. 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then I just go ahead and rewrite the rest of the problem around it. Now I can do addition and subtraction from left to right. 11 plus 7 is 18. 18 plus 6 then is 24. Okay. All right, this time you're going to do something different. You're going to put parentheses in to make the expression true. So each problem you know is going to need parentheses, and you're going to put them in the right place, okay? So we have 3 plus 5 times 2 minus 10 equals 6. I'm going to show you the first ones. I'm going to have you do a few, okay? So you're going to go in, you're going to put parentheses around two numbers in an operation. So let's try it here. Let's see if that makes it correct. And you still use the order of operations to check and see if you've got the parentheses in the right place. So we've got 3 plus 5 would be 8. And then we do the rest of the problem following the order of operations. 8 times 2 would be 16 minus 10. And 16 minus 10 would be 6. Okay, so you can see just by chance I happened to put those parentheses in the right place. If I had put the parentheses in a different place, if I had put them, let's say right here, whoops, 5 times 2, I should get a different answer. Let's see if I get a different answer. 5 times 2, got to do that first because it's within the parenthesis. 5 times 2 is 10. And I rewrite the rest of the problem around that. And then I do in the order of addition, subtraction, left to right. So 3 plus 10 is the next part of my problem. That'd be 13 minus 10, and that would give me the answer of 3. And 3 does not equal 6. Okay, it doesn't equal 6. So I can't put those parentheses there. That's the incorrect place. Now the only other place I could have put those parentheses is right here. Whoops. Times 2 minus 10. And we know that it can't take a larger number from a smaller number, like 2 minus 10. If I had 2 cookies, I couldn't take away 10 of them. In actuality, you'll learn that you can do that, but we haven't talked about negative numbers. So just so for right now, if you do know how to do negative numbers, you can rest assured we're not using any negative numbers in this topic at all. Okay, that's not something that we're doing yet. But so that means that if you put your parentheses in a place that would give you a negative number, then you know that that is not the right place to put it. Okay, so it can't go right there. So our parentheses must go right there. Okay, now you give it a try. Put the parentheses in the correct place. Alright, so if you put the parenthesis here around 2 plus 5, then 2 plus 5 equals 7, and you rewrite the rest of the problem around it, you get 30 minus 4 times 7, and we're going to see if this equals 2. So next part of our problem we have to do multiplication division. 4 times 7 is 28. Rewrite the rest of the problem around it, and 30 minus 28 does equal 2. Okay, so and 2 equals 2. Number 9. 17 minus 8 minus 5 equals 14. Put parentheses around it, make the problem true. Okay, if you put the parentheses right here, then you're going to have 8 minus 5 is 3, and 17 minus 3, you put the rest of the problem around it. 17 minus 3 equals 14, and 14 does equal 14. Okay. Number 10. 10 divided by 2 minus 3 plus 1 equals 3. Okay, if you put the parentheses right here, you'll get 10 divided by 2 is 5. Then write the rest of the problem. So we're done with our parentheses. We have no multiplication, division, so we go ahead and do addition, subtraction in order from left to right. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then we get 2 plus 1 equals 3, and 2 plus 1 does equal 3. 3 equals 3. All right, so let's try another example. Okay, this time we're going to add some algebra to it. How can you evaluate an algebraic expression with more than one operation? Remember, an algebraic expression has those letters in it. It could be C, it could be X, it could be Y, it could be Z, it could be Q. Those have those letters that mean numbers. Well, here is a problem. What is the value of 4v plus 2w minus 3 if the v equals 5 and the w equals 3? Okay? So you know that the v is going to equal the 5, you know the w is going to equal 3, but you have to figure out, well, how do I put those numbers in there to figure out what the answer is when I simplify the problem? Here are some steps to keep in mind. So first thing you're going to do, step 1, you're going to replace all the variables, so all those letters, you're going to replace them with the given values. That means that you're going to put in the right number for the letter. So remember that in our problem, 4v means 4 times v. Okay, that 4v, that 4 that's next to the v, that just means 4 times v. And then after you put those numbers in the right place, then you're going to use the order of operations in step 2. Use the order of operations and multiply or divide from left to right. And then the last step, step 3, is to add or subtract left to right. Okay, the same order of operations, just you're going to start by replacing the variables, those letters, with the numbers, the given values that they told you. Okay, so if v equals 5 and w equals 3, what's the value of this problem? 4v plus 2w minus 3. And remember, when we have a number next to a letter, that means you're multiplying. Okay, so what we have here is 4v. If v equals 5, then we're doing 4 times 5 plus 2w. That means 2 times w. W equals 3. And then the rest of the problem minus 3. Okay, so you just solve that problem. Can you solve it? Okay, so you would go in order from left to right. 4 times 5 is 20. And remember, we're doing multiplication and division left to right. And then we rewrite the rest of the problem. 20 plus 2 times 3 minus 3. Then we do the next multiplication or division left to right. There's that one right there. 2 times 3 is 6. Rewrite the rest of the problem around it. Now we can do addition from left to right. 20 minus 6, or 20 plus 6 is 26. And rewrite the rest of the problem, minus 3. 26 minus 3 is 23. Okay? Not too hard. So let's try some more. We're going to evaluate each expression. X is going to equal 16. Y is going to equal 4. So every time you see X, you know it's going to be worth 16. Every time you see a Y, it equals 4. Here we go. Number 11, 3x minus 3y. Give it a try. Okay, so we know that if x is 16, this 3x means 3 times 16, and 3y means 3 times 4. Use the order of operations. That means you're going to multiply and divide from left to right. 3 times 16, so you could just do that in the corner. 3 times 16, 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1, 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, so 48. Rewrite the rest of the problem. Okay, multiplying and dividing from left to right. 3 times 4 is 12. So I get 48 minus 12. 8 minus 2 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, so my answer is 36. Okay, x still equals 16, y equals 4. Try 5y plus x divided by 8. Okay, we're going to put in our variables. Y equals 4. So we've got 5 times 4 plus x equals 16, divided by 8. Okay, multiply and divide left to right. 5 times 4 is 20. Rewrite the rest of the problem. Our other multiply and divide, 16 divided by 8 is 2. So now we have 20 plus 2, and that equals 22. Okay, x equals 16, y equals 4, y divided by x divided by y. Okay, so you should have 4 divided by x is 16, divided by y is 4. And the first thing you're going to do is whatever's in the parenthesis. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And now you have 4 divided by 4. You rewrite the rest of the problem. 4 divided by 4, and that equals 1. Okay? Let's try this one. 2x plus 4y minus 10. Okay, x equals 16. So x equals 16, so we've got 2 times 16 plus 4 times y equals 4, minus 10. Okay, and multiply and divide left to right. So we've got 2 times 16 is 32. Rewrite the rest of the problem. Plus 4 times 4 minus 10. Do the rest of the multiplication division. So we got 4 times 4 equals 16. So now we have 32 plus 16 minus 10. Now we add and subtract left to right. 32 plus 16. See, 6 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. So 48 minus 10. And 48 minus 10 is going to equal 38. Put a box around my answer. All right. Wow, that was it, guys. We are finished for today. Good job. I'm hoping that that was not too hard for you, that you can, if you can remember those order of operations, then you have got it. So not too tricky. Good job. Good work. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.